morning. Welcome to Undisputed. I'm Jenny Tack with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Guys, how we doing?
We're doing good, Jenny. We're doing good, Jenny.
We're doing great. Great.
OPG. On playoff ball back.
Did you see what Kawhi Leonard did last night? He gave you a lesson in how a superstar can be mired in a shooting slump and still dominate and take over and save a basketball game. Way to go, Kawhi Leonard.
We watched two different games.
Yeah.
I got to get me a new TV. I just got two like a month ago.
Maybe I'll just take you to school right here.
Defensively, guys, we will get to the Clippers. I promise you that because there's so much there. But we actually have some Cowboys news to address off the top of the show because last week, Cowboys defensive lineman Tyrone Crawford said that his team has reportedly been given the green light to further conversations about social injustice, which could include possible pregame protests that the team has shied away from in the past. Jerry Jones then told a radio show on Friday that I'd hope that our fans understand that our players have issues that they need help on. They need help from the majority of America. The news got a very specific reaction from President Trump's son, Eric, who tweeted yesterday, quote, "Football is officially dead. So much for America's sport. Goodbye, NFL. I'm gone." Shannon, what is your reaction to all this?
Skip, before we get into the meat of this, I thought it was this president, this administration, and the lion's share of the Republicans that hated cancel culture. No, we don't do that, Skip. You know, when they started taking Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben's and they started doing away with this, we don't cancel culture. We don't take down monuments, Skip. We're so proud. You see what's going on here, Skip? I think the thing is, I do believe that President Trump and some in his base hopes that the NFL falters. I'm sure, Skip, because they disagree with what the players are doing. That's natural. I disagree with Eric Trump, the president's son, that I don't believe it's going to happen. I believe just the opposite is going to happen. They haven't seen football.
He says, he tweeted, football is officially dead.
Right. I don't believe that's the case, Skip. You got to realize, Skip, there's been no preseason, there's been no football since the Super Bowl. That's the longest we've gone. Because even with the strike, Skip, even though they struck, there was a temporary, then they got replacement players, and they were right back. So we've gone, this is the longest we've gone since they started having NFL football without it.
By far.
So I believe the lion's share of the population are going to be in front of their televisions on Thursday night. Skip.
Agreed.
You had 6 months. First of all, let's see, May, when George Floyd lost his life, was murdered. What did you think was going to happen? They prepared. You had June, July, August, so you had 4 months to prepare. The NBA gave you a blueprint, MLB gave you a blueprint, MLS, the WNBA. Skip, all across the world, what do we see? People taking knees, people protesting. So NFL fan base, you shouldn't be shocked. President Trump's administration, you shouldn't be shocked by this. But Skip, President Trump had a very bad week. And so this is try to flip it back because the Atlantic wrote a scathing article how he was overseas and said the military that fought for their country, they were suckers. They were dumb. What's in it for you?
And losers.
And losers. We know that he said this because why, Skip? He said John McCain was a loser because he got captured.
Mm-hmm. He's talking about those who died in combat, so suckers and losers.
If he said that about...
Allegedly.
Skip, if he said that about John McCain publicly, John McCain spent 5.5 years. John McCain could have come home before everybody else because of who he was. He said, I refuse to go until everybody comes home. President Trump called him a loser because he was captured. But this is a stretch to say that he's saying that these men that fought and died, these young men and women that fought and died for their countries, were losers. That's a stretch, though. So, but for me, Skip, I'm not surprised. You look at the things that he's done. Skip, his administration has rolled back the sensitivity training that was in the federal government of how minorities are to be treated in the workplace. Because you know what he said, Skip? He said it's un-American. So how to treat blacks, how to treat people of different religion, different orientation, to treat them with respect and dignity is un-American. So when people say America was founded on racism, its institutions, its system, all President Trump did was confirm it. Skip, Jerry Jones had no choice but to take this stance because where we are today in 2020 is different in 2017. In 2018, he doesn't have the lion's share of the population on his side. So, Skip, for him, he had no choice. Skip, don't think it's wasn't like pulling teeth. They didn't take him dragging and screaming and kicking because they did. He wanted everything because, well, you know, we're going to handle, Skip, you said he used it 12 times in that article, grace. We're going to handle this with grace. I think what we should do is do it like we did against Arizona. We take a knee before the anthem, and then we come stand at attention during the anthem. No. The players have said, no, we're not having it because we have a bigger issue, Jerry, and we need you to understand. We're not going to allow you to be quiet for 109 days and then come back and say, okay, this is how we're going to do it. No, no, no. President Trump has had a bad week. He's trying to shift it again because, Skip, if you're a football team, Skip, we got a favorite play. What's our favorite? When we need a touchdown, we need a first down, Skip, what we going to run? When President Trump needs to get his base riled again, what does he need to do? He needs to take it back to the flag. He needs to make it something about race. And if he can do that, he can drum up support again. But I'm not surprised that Jerry had to do what he did. He had to stand down on this one, Skip, because I don't believe he had a choice in the matter, considering what the NFL, the stance that you've seen all this, the articles that's come out. You see Roger Goodell, what he's been saying. So Jerry didn't have a choice in the matter, but I believe his blood is boiling. You know him better than I do. You know he's seething behind the scenes.
Jerry. I agree with a lot of what you said until your conclusion. I do know Jerry Jones very well. He always has a choice because he's Jerry freaking Jones.
Not on this one, Skip. I don't believe in this one.
He is a multi-billionaire. He owns the most valuable team, not just in America, but in the world.
Yes.
And he is the ultimate rebel / maverick / difference maker, where he'll just say, no, I'm going to break ranks with the NFL. And I'm going to market my own products, right? I'm going to sell my own endorsements.
I would sell Pepsi instead of Coke.
Yeah, he's done it and done it and done it again. I agree with you. There's been a rising tide against him. But this man that I know is as stubborn an old coot as you'll ever run across, 77 years of age. I got to give him some credit for finally saying, no, it's time for me to do the right thing. I'm going to give him some credit because I didn't see this coming. This is the ultimate. This is the last bastion in the NFL of an owner who said, you will stand for the anthem with your toes on the line, right? Toes on the line. And slowly he has thawed, and slowly he has mellowed on this issue. In his opening remarks as camp opened, that's what you referred to in that long soliloquy he gave. 12 times he used the word grace, and we couldn't figure out exactly what is grace. Sympathy, empathy, I don't know what it was, but it's somewhere in there.
Something in between.
Yet he never said, we're going to do this, that, or not this, or not that. It was unclear because there are too many Jerryisms to try to wade through in his opening remarks to figure out what are you doing, Jerry, until Friday.
Right.
So he chose Friday because he's a shrewd operator, because we're going into a holiday weekend.
That's how he killed the stories, you know, you buried it.
He killed it. and it did not gain any traction until this morning. Right. Because I didn't see it on Saturday because he said it on Friday.
Labor Day weekend, Skip, everybody get the
beautiful. It's perfect. But I do need to read what he said first, just to give him some credit, because this is, in the National Football League, this is seismic. This is a game changer as far as standing, kneeling, hand over heart, whatever you're going to do, for Jerry Jones to say, that's the great thing about America, everybody has a difference. Okay.